Just
those guys are basically the Harlem Globetrotters right now, dog, because they have every ounce of talent in their hands. You know, Man City and corruption, my man. It's I think it is his last season. I think you could see even this season in that trophy celebration how tired you could see how tired
he's just tired of it.
He looks tired.
The only problem is this ownership, bro. They too, they're kind of impatient for my liking, you see. So
they were dejected, but did you see how drunk they were for 3 days straight?
You could be drunk, but you should know that you have a final, and you're totally outclassed.
Yeah, those men weren't even walking, dog. They couldn't walk out the club.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Soccer Side Chats. I'm Sean, joined by my co-host.
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Lunati, and welcome back to yet another episode on the Soccer Side Chats. We're going to talk everything football as normal. Apologies for the 2-week hiatus. We've been MIA, but now we're back, ready to discuss everything that's been happening in the world of football. Starting off with Real Madrid. They won their 15th Champions League title over the weekend. What are your thoughts, my friend?
I mean, they just dominate football. No thoughts on that, actually. I just think that, they're the best team in the world, and
we should just really give them
congratulate them. There's nothing else we can say, man.
When you deep it, nah.
Yeah.
That final even, dog, before that final, everyone, dog, with two eyes and a brain could see that, dog, Real Madrid were going to win that match against Dortmund. No disrespect to Dortmund or anything like that.
The performance was great.
Yeah, it was great. They created chances and all that stuff.
Probably the better team throughout that, the game.
Exactly, but the problem is
Real Madrid. It's the DNA of Real Madrid, dog. They're never betting till it's the last whistle of the thing.
So, I mean, once again, guys, congratulations to Real Madrid, the most successful side in the Champions League history.
And now with that being said, the addition of Kylian Mbappe next season, guys.
Yeah, those guys are basically the Harlem Globetrotters right now, dog, because they have every ounce of talent in their hands, and it's the highest quality.
Best young talent.
The best
Henrik as well, man.
Exactly.
The boy from Brazil.
Henrik that's coming in.
Yeah.
Mbappe is going to be the starter. Of course, him and Vinicius are going to be that two front man, along with Rodrigo. They might even interchange, There's also Bellingham to consider.
Valverde still there. Modric has extended his contract as well. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, who I thought was brilliant in the final.
Yeah, bro.
You see, Alava's still going to come back next season. Remember, after that.
And also apparently, for you guys, in case haven't been keeping up to date with what's been happening in transfer news, Real Madrid are very interested in signing Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich. So if they were to get that signing through as well, you can looking at that entire squad.
Exactly. I don't even think they need Davies actually.
No, that's just more what they want.
I know what they want because you've got Mendy who can play there, you got Camavinga who can play left back, Alaba as well can deputize in that position. But that's just Real Madrid. The Florentino Perez.
Yeah, they just
one of the best around.
Yeah. No, so guys, answer in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you guys think that Real Madrid will dominate football for the next 10 years? Or
my question to you is now, how does Ancelotti, get all those guys, the star players, into one team? Who misses out for you?
Dog, I don't know yet, dog. Like in my brain, I still think you can fit Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. I think I think you can fit them all in. I think you can still fit in Jude Bellingham. I think the players who are probably going to miss out are in midfield. Maybe Camavinga might miss out, if not Tchouaméni.
Yeah. Maybe they just might, rotate, or maybe play according to the opposition,
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah.
Next season in the new Champions League format.
New format as well is gonna be introduced as well. It's gonna be a league phase for the group phases, and then it'll be a playoff for the teams that finish, I think, 8th or 9th.
Yeah,
going
to 16th.
down. We'll explain it later on.
When it starts, because right now, just the transfer window, people like Fabrizio Romano and co now just so busy.
We're keeping eyes on them right now. So Sean, bro, seeing that you're the guy with the cellular device, can you tell us any rumors, any transfer news that has been happening over the past 24 hours or so?
As for transfer news, we'll get on to that. But the big talking point of this week is Manchester City and the Premier League.
Oh, so it's not transfer news, but
transfer news. We'll get to that, when we talk about, the managers. But Manchester City versus the Premier League, guys.
My word.
What are your thoughts on that, actually?
Okay, so for the viewers who do not know what's actually going on, what's actually happening, guys, Manchester City have sued the Premier League. I think it's down to sponsorship reasons, because Man City think their owners own Etihad Airways, and their argument is that they want to be allowed to pump in as much money into the club as possible. And the Premier League obviously has a cost cap where you can only spend an X amount of money thing in your club in terms of commercial rights and all that stuff. So yeah, no, that's going to be very interesting how that pans out, because if Man City were to win that case, you're looking at clubs like Newcastle now who could do whatever they want.
Chelsea
can do whatever
Chelsea
they want.
With this ownership they have now.
Yeah, so it's very interesting to see what might happen, you know. And I think this might also tie down to the fact that they do have a case that's coming up with the Premier League on the, you know, those 115 charges that they are currently facing. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen. As always, we expect Man City, Man City and corruption, my man. They intertwine. It's like ANC mostly in South Africa, bro.
Exactly.
ANC and, but now we move on.
So just see what happens there, whether Manchester City,
so
get relegated or something. And moving on the topic of Manchester City, we've got recent interviews this week that, I heard De Bruyne say that you wouldn't rule out a move to Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah.
And also Erling Haaland said the same thing about, his contract expiring soon. Bernardo Silva might leave.
But I think the biggest
Ederson as well is linked with moves to Saudi Arabia.
The biggest news has got to be Julian Alvarez. He's been complaining about his lack of minutes now. Mandem wants to move on.
So the tweet yesterday from Fabrizio saying Atletico Madrid, PSG, and another big, English club are interested, which I think is either, Chelsea or Arsenal. Yeah, because I know my club, we don't have the funds for that.
So Chelsea are interested as well. I think Arsenal are interested as well.
I think also
Julian Alvarez.
Bayern as well have asked. And,
Yeah, I know. He's a quality number 9. Let's not deny that.
Pep as well.
Yeah,
there's a rumor that Pep it's his last season next year.
I think it is his last season. I think you could see even this season in that trophy celebration how tired you could see how tired
he's just tired of it.
He looks
probably
tired
just needs a new start and everything,
which is good for all of us. I mean, let them guys
just tired of it. Dominance.
Hey,
Pep Guardiola
4 in a row now.
Moving on to the manager situations. You guys have a new coach now. Enzo Maresca, one season in the championship, and now he's gonna be taking the helms there.
What are your thoughts? Because I know everyone looking at Chelsea from the outside looking, and even Chelsea fans to a degree, they're looking at Chelsea and they're like, there's no stability at this club at all. So what are your thoughts on it?
I just think it's a risk, obviously,
But why do you think it is a risk then?
Because he's just managed one. He was sacked in Parma, in Italy, after I think 4 wins in 20 games.
Yeah.
Then he came to Leicester in his full season there. And then also, I know he was an assistant with Pep.
Yeah.
I think that's what got him the job, actually.
The main reason why. Yeah.
The only problem is, last year I was watching a lot of Talk Sport, videos, and a lot of Leicester City fans complaining about the guy. That is just Ange in terms of style of play. He never wants to adapt or change it, you see. So that I don't know if it's gonna work at Chelsea. Let's say, for example, here's my question to you: first 10 games.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets 3 wins in those first 10 games. It's a difficult start there. Do you think the board will be patient with him? Do you think the fans will be patient?
The fans won't be patient, but the board will probably be patient, because the one thing that I think people have to understand, in comparison to Pochettino and Enzo Maresca, they chose Enzo Maresca more than they probably would have said they chose a Pochettino. Pochettino felt like they were more or less forced to choose him, you get me? Whereas with
Enzo... What? Was it because of no available options out there? Really?
Not really, because you look at the market last season. I remember those Luis Enrique on the market, Hansi Flick was
I think they actually rejected Luis Enrique. Yeah.
Luis Enrique
and
rejected Chelsea, and also Hansi Flick rejected Chelsea. Nagelsmann rejected Chelsea as well last season. So it's a case of
it also goes down to a thing. If they give him time, it could be like Arteta,
Yeah,
could be a revelation at Chelsea. My only problem is this ownership, bro. They too, they're kind of impatient for my liking, you see. So we'll just have to wait and see,
Yeah, no, that's
just like Arne Slot at Liverpool. Let's just wait and see, Let's not judge this managers early.
Yeah.
Exciting brand of football, but let's just see.
Yeah, no, I personally think that it might work.
Yeah.
As far as how long it might take to implement his ideas and philosophies and plans, I think because a lot of those players do actually know him. Because you look at the former City boys that are at Chelsea now. So your Romeo Lavias, your Cole Palmers,
Tosin Adebayo,
yeah,
new
even your
signing.
Tosin, I think Chelsea recently signed Tosin as well, the centre back from Fulham. So those
Which I don't
guys,
even actually think you guys need, but yeah, continue.
anyways, yeah. So those guys, they did play in the under 23 side
academy
with
side, yeah.
with Enzo Maresca, and Enzo Maresca did win that title. I mean, like, it's not a big title, it's not something you parade about or anything like that. But I'm just trying to allude to the fact that with these boys, there is a bit of history with all of them, and a lot of them have spoken kind words towards him. Some of them are warming up to the idea of having someone who is more tactically. I think personally he's a better option tactically than the fitness type of management style of a Pochettino, who's a very good man manager. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get your point, man. And also, shocking news, in the managerial market, Mourinho, Fenerbahce,
yeah.
But Mourinho, is just the kind of manager who just wants to try out new thing. Probably gonna win, the Super League.
He can do whatever there. So
also,
Mourinho, good luck to you there.
And then Antonio Conte as well. Just appointed yesterday, signing a new 3-year deal at Napoli.
What do you think? Because Napoli finished 10th at the end of this current season, which just finished. So do you think now that Antonio Conte, considering the fact that he's the type of manager that demands signings, Napoli have an owner that doesn't like signing players?
Yeah. And they might even lose their best player, Victor Osimhen. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
What will actually happen there?
And then, I want you to introduce this to the viewers there.
This
got happened last week.
Yeah, before we go into any other topics, let's quickly talk FA Cup, because we didn't have the opportunity to actually talk about FA Cup. Manchester United surprisingly beating Manchester City. But I mean, like, when you think about it, City were partying for days after winning the Premier League.
You can't just say partying, man. You could see how dejected those players were.
Yeah, they were dejected, but did you see how drunk they were for 3 days straight?
You could be drunk, but you should know that you have a final. And you're totally outclassed.
Yeah, those men weren't even walking, dog. They couldn't walk out the club.
You can't make excuses, dog. If your club had won like that, you're not going to be saying that, dog. That's what I'm saying. I'm just happy now that we sent those guys, to Europa Conference League, and we're taking, of course, Europa League is coming back to Old Trafford. But Chelsea, I'm just actually happy. Chelsea were kind of talking a bit too much, and Newcastle as well. Yeah, this last few wins there, you think you guys are now back in it. But yeah, man, just shout out to my club, man. Wonderful performance. And Ineos, please keep my boy Ten Hag there and make a decision soon, guys.
Alright,
that's.
And I mean, like, before we close this part out, I wanted to point out the fact that Kobe Mino did win the FA Cup playoff. So again, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Kobe Mino. I think you were brilliant. You were brilliant.
In the club's, title dreams.
Yeah.
Man of the match in his first game, in his first senior international appearance.
Yeah.
Man of the match ended Rodri's unbeaten record.
This guy.
Bro,
but anyways,
it's an unreal season for him, man. Just have to give the boy credit.
I bet.
And guys, that's it from me and him.
Yeah, no, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share
this with your family, with your friends, and everyone. And then till next time.